The International Labour Organization and UNESCO have declared the 5th of October Teachers' Day. This year, it is more challenging owing to the COVID-19 pandemic that saw teachers adapting to new methods of teaching and some losing their lives. The Mpumalanga Education Department will be honouring teachers who have gone out of their way to perform an outstanding job despite the challenges. Well, for more on this, we cross now to our reporter Siphephile Kunene, who's standing by for us. Thanks very much for joining us, Siphephile. So what is it that the province is doing to honour the teachers?
The province is here. All the teacher unions and all that are involved in teaching are here as well, of course, observing the COVID-19 regulations, and they have baked a mother of all cakes, which is 24 meters long, just to feast and celebrate teachers. And with me here is the MEC of Education in the province, Bonakele Majuba. Majuba, just briefly tell us, what exactly are you celebrating today? Because teachers are facing mammoth tasks in school. Learners are not listening. Learners are fighting. Teachers have got a lot to do in schools.
Good day, Siphephile. What we can say, we're celebrating the good work done by teachers. As you know, that teaching is the mother of all professions. But it's even worse when they are doing this under this COVID-19. They've done a lot of sacrifice, and we appreciate a good deal of what they've done. And we feel that all of us as we're here, including learners, have managed to bake these 24-meter cakes in order to make sure that we celebrate and congratulate the good work done by teachers. As at all times, we always rely on teachers to build different professions that we have, not only in South Africa, throughout the world.
But right now we have COVID-19 and we have teachers with comorbidities that are supposed to be in school teaching. What kind of support are you giving them under the circumstances?
Well, all kind of support that is necessary to make sure that they live is what we always do, because we know that as they have comorbidities, they come to school, but they've got doctors that they attend to. In case they will face any challenge, we make sure that we give them space so as they can be able to recuperate very well at home. But those who still have the ability to come to school and work and their comorbidities are manageable are the ones who will always be at school.
In terms of figures, those who have been affected in the system, how many do we have, and what is the department doing in that front? Before they opened, we had an interview with the department where it was said that they will make sure that there's water provision, they'll make sure that they sanitize, they'll make sure that there's social distancing. With that in place, has it given the necessary results?
Well, so far we've got 539 teachers infected by COVID-19, but we're quite happy because 524 have recovered, which is a great deal. When it comes to question of sanitation and water, we can say that as of now, most of those challenges we've dealt with them. We can have maybe some sporadic challenges there and there, but whenever there are challenges, we come to the space and make sure that we supply all those necessities. Social distance is taking place in schools, but we also have classes that are done alternatively. Some of them, they alternate in days, some they alternate in weeks. So we can say that we are taking care of social distancing.
Thank you so much, MEC. That was the MEC for Education in Mpumalanga, telling us what they are doing in terms of fighting COVID-19 in schools. With me here is going to be SABC Teacher Union, that they will be telling us what the MEC is saying is true, whether it's happening or it's not happening in their schools. And in this celebratory mode, what are they thinking as SABC?
Well, we are celebrating the World Teachers' Day in 2020 under difficult situations where we have exposed to this coronavirus. And most of our teachers found themselves wanting in schools where there are no ablution facilities, there is no electricity, there is no facilities that could assist them and make sure that they are safe for learners and both teachers. So the pandemic showed that most of the school teachers and learners were exposed to this danger.
So are there any plans or systems in place that you are doing with the department or the authorities that are responsible to take care of that as Teacher Union SATU?
We are engaging the department every time when we receive reports from such schools where teachers are affected or learners are affected. So there's always ongoing talks between the unions and the department. And because both of us were stakeholders in education, and therefore we expect to assist each other and to ensure that there is safety for both learners and teachers. So we'll continue to engage the department and to raise those issues where there is no safety.
Over 15 teachers and about 3 learners have lost their lives to COVID-19. Do you have anything to celebrate under the circumstances?
Well, we will forever be indebted to those educators, and we will value the work that they have done. It's unfortunate that such a number of them has passed on. We will always celebrate in memoriam and remembering the good work that they have done for the society. So because that they have lost their lives, and it shows that there is something that we have not done which is not correct.
So now as SATU, do you think this day and age at which you're supposed to be using computers to teach and you don't necessarily need to go to class in some instances, have you adapted well? Are you going to be able to survive under the new normal?
Well, we will say some of our teachers found themselves too exposed to stand in front of cameras and to become actors so that they can be able to teach learners who are home, so that they can also become technical supporters, so that they'll tell parents how to assist their learners in school. So what we will say is that the department has to begin to be planning now to be able to provide teachers with resources that can make them to teach in the 21st century, so that they can be able to use these gadgets and be able to offer learning or teaching, not even being at school. So there was a program which the department some years ago abandoned, the laptop initiative, which we think if that should have been implemented fully, teachers will have been found to be ready now and been able to teach learners even if they're not at school.
Principal, happy Teachers' Day.
Happy Teachers' Day. Thank you very much.
That was a representative, actually SATU chairperson in the province, telling us exactly the challenges that are faced by teachers during this time as they celebrate Teachers' Day. He made mention that they will continue to celebrate despite such circumstances.
Thanks very much, Siphephile, for your report.